Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.
Hi, and welcome back to Luck's Garage. I'm Jason, and this is Luck's Garage. Thanks for coming back and seeing me. If it's your first time here, I'm on a journey to start going through my lifelong collection of Hot Wheels, signs, collectibles, anything I thought was cool. I want to go through it. I want to try to share it with you, see what we find, and then I got to decide what I want to keep and then decide what I want to sell. So, if you watched the last episode, I had a box that I started going through. I think it had 95 through 97 first editions what we went over. And then we're going to pick up on this one, finish up that box, and it starts with 1998 first editions. They're all eras and slash variations in there, so we'll go ahead and get started with that. Alright, we'll go ahead and get started here. This is a 1998 first edition. This is the Jaguar XK8. It says number 5 of 48 cars, and on top you'll see this top one has the white interior, and these two have black interior. Their black interior is going to be your more common variation. This white interior was a very short run, very hard to find, and the hardest variation on this car to get. And I believe these are way undervalued for how hard they were to find back in the day. So, but anyway, there's that one. Then this next one here, you can kind of see the Hot Wheel symbol here on the back. It's got like a more of a pink Hot Wheel symbol, where the more common one has white here. But also, if you look there, it's kind of hard to see on the driver's side on the headlight there. It didn't come through the body, like that cutouts right here, so you can push the plastic through the body for the headlights. And this one hit and didn't actually come through, where you kind of see where it pushes through on the bottom one. And then this bottom one here is an era where you got your lace on the front, and then you got your razor on the back. So that's pretty cool era. And then of course the 1998 packaging. Most people know this is 98 packaging. They did run a very short run with this package, and then they switched over to these pretty quickly in that year. So that's pretty cool for those variations and eras. Next we've got the 98 first edition. This is the 32 Ford. This is number 7 of 48. And what makes these pretty rare is if you look inside, I don't know if you can see them in there, running a lot of people call these the Mystery Man, because the post on the inside middle there didn't get broke off good whenever they put it together. And you can kind of see, looks like a helmet of a guy there. This one's actually silver, and this one actually got painted where it was black. So kind of hard to see. Plus you've got it on the old school late 97 cards. And then you can see that this one right here is a American version of the card, and this one here is a foreign version of the card. You can see number 7 of the 48. And if you look on the back, you can also see the differences on the back. But this is a pretty cool variation. And then if you'll notice, the outline in the back is kind of hard to see, but these little plastic outlines actually come out of the slide out, which is like an outlaw race car, and they just use the same packaging on the back side of it. And so there you can kind of see the silver helmet and the black helmet inside. These are pretty cool to find. Next we've got this 1998 first edition. This is the Dodge Caravan, number 4 of 48. It's kind of hard to see there, but this bottom one, the whole bottom of the base, has got something inside there pushing it down and past the seal there. And then if you look here on the back, you got the Hot Wheel symbol. It's kind of like it started and hit again and then drug. These also have like the pinkish color Caravan written down the side, where most of them are white. The top one's a slight lighter shade of brown than the bottom one, but anyway, nothing major on these, but they're still pretty cool variations there. And next here we've got this 1998 first edition. This is the 65 Impala Lowrider. It says number 8 of 40 cars. Now 40 cars, if you'll look here on the old packaging, they actually said 5 of 48, and it's actually, they only come out with 40 new first editions for this year. So a little something they changed whenever they switched over to the newer packaging. But 65 Impala Lowrider, and if you look there, it's got the frosted base on it. So nothing crazy, but still a pretty cool car. Next here we've got the 98 first edition. This is the 63 T-Bird, and it also has the short run of the red car. You can see here it's got the blue car. This is the more common car you're going to find. They only run these for a few months. I don't guess they went over too good. I also heard from some of the people at the conventions that this was actually changed because it was competing too much with the car itself, and they felt like the blue one kind of blended in with the background better. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what we talked about. But anyway, this is the 63 T-Bird, number 9 of 40, and this one actually has an extra high cutout in the front fender. So this is a pretty hard variation to find. It's not like extremely rare, but it is pretty hard to find. And you'll see that the body line here goes all the way, and then it cuts up into the body line and comes back. And the common one here is going to be cut out right below the body line. Anyway, I'll try to put a picture of it up here so you can see it. So that's a cool variation. Next, we've got the 98 first edition of the Dairy Delivery, and this one says it's 10 of 48 cars. Of course, we know it should be 10 of 40 cars. And then you've also got the variations with the blue packaging. So, and then of course you got to find the 10 of 40 car packaging. A lot of variations in just the cardboard on this, but this one here is an era. If you can see the door there, it's kind of hard to see, but it's all bubbled up like where the tempo and the paint didn't agree with each other, and it just kind of bubbled up over the door there. But it's kind of neat little error there on that one. Next, we got the 98 first edition. This is the Mercedes SLK number 11 of 40. And this one is the hardest to find variation on this car because it's yellow with the black interior and the 5-spoke. Now this one come out with yellow, black interior, 5 holes, and it also come out in a flat yellow. But this one here is the hardest to find of this car, and it's very hard with the 5-spoke and the black interior because usually it's 5-hole with black interior when you find it. The main interior is usually tan. They did a really short run with the black, but anyway, that's a hard piece to find. Next, we got the 1998 first edition Lakester, and I'm not 100% sure why these are in here. I know there's two different bases. This one that's yellowed is from China, and this one's a Malaysia base, but I don't see any major errors on this. Maybe I'm overlooking something, but I went ahead and showed it because they were in the box. Next, we've got the 1998 first edition. This is the hot seat. And they final run this later in its life, so there won't be any more castings of this one. But this was the first edition casting toilet bowl. It's kind of hard to see it there, but it's basically just upside down in the package, which I thought was kind of cool. Next here we've got the 1998 first edition. This is the Pikes Peak Toyota Celica. This is number 15 of 40 cars. And if you look there on the door, there shouldn't be anything but yellow right there. It looks like they went to go hit the tempo again and pulled off real quick. So just a little extra paint there on the side, nothing major, but it's kind of cool. Next here we've got the 1998 first edition. This is the Panos GTR1, number 10 of 40 cars. And if you look there on the side of the door, this bottom one here has got a China base, and it's actually got the large tempo on the actual door. And then if you look here, this one actually has a China base too. Kind of hard to see there, but and it's got the small tempo on the door. And then this is the Malaysia base with the small tempo on the door. So you've got your China car here. This is the Malaysia. And this one's got the China base with like the Malaysia body on top. So kind of neat little series of variations. And then that one middle may be a questionable error. Next, we've got the 98 first edition of the 40 Ford, number 20 of 40 cars. And it's kind of hard to see there, but if you look at the front wheel, it's a 5-hole, and the back wheel is a 5-spoke. So, kind of neat to have two different wheels on that one. Alright, next here we've got one of my favorite castings of this year, was 1998, is the Go-Kart. This is number 21 of 40, and these top two have the same error. The wheel didn't get put in correctly, and whenever they went to smash it down, it's back, and this bottom one's in the correct location, as you can see there. So that's pretty cool there on those. And then if you look at this bottom one here, this one is very tough to find with where they didn't put the white into the Hot Wheel tempo, and it's actually green. And then this bottom one here is missing the steering wheel altogether. So that's pretty tough to find. Now I've got this somewhere in a 3-spoke, and I've got it with all small wheel era somewhere. I'm hoping to find that soon, but those are really cool. Next, we got this 1998 first edition Super Comp Dragster, number 22 of 40. Come from Kmart, 89 cents. But if you look there on the base, this is a heavy frosted base here on it. And this one's got the 5 tempo on the side. There was also a 3 tempo version of this that was a little bit more difficult to find. Next, I got this 1998 first edition Solar Eagle 3. This is number 22 of 40. This is nothing major, but this one, compared to most of the other ones, has a really heavy metal flake base. You can really tell it's metal flake black, where most of the common bases got a little bit of metal flake, but this one's real heavy. And I've actually got one, I believe, unless I sold it, was solid black almost. So that's pretty cool era. Next, we got the 1998 First Edition Toe Jam, number 25 of 40, and the hook on the back of the toe jam there is actually backwards, and it is the small Hot Wheel Tampo on the roof on that variation. So, pretty cool that the hook's turned around backwards in the pack. Next, we got the 98 First Edition Chaparral 2, number 28 of 40, and the front wheel, kind of hard to see in there, but the front wheel is jacked down. I don't know if you can see that or not. But it's actually pushed down by a piece of plastic from the interior. Whenever it got put in, it didn't get one of the little pieces knocked off of it, I guess, and it's pushing the front wheel down and out. So, kind of neat little area. Next, we got the 98 First Edition. This is Sweet 16-2, number 30 of 40, and it's actually got a frosted chunk there on the front. So, just a little area there. Next here we've got a 98 First Edition Express Lane. This is number 37 of 40. And if you look there at the engine, it's kind of hard to see on camera here, but the engine is not as smooth as what most of them are. It's a lot of imperfections, a lot of, looks like holes and like unfinished die cast there whenever they cast it. But anyway, kind of hard to show up there. It's a China base, but kind of neat little area. Next, got a 98 First Edition. This is the Fathom This. This is the number 39 of 40. And if you look there, it's kind of just sideways in the package. Now, back in the day, I took one of these out of the package, and there was an orange and white version that come out. And I put them in the bottom of my turtle aquarium way back in the wind. All right, next here, we go into 99 First Editions. This is the 1936 Cord, number 1 of 26 cars. And if you look there, you got your Hot Wheel Tampo here, and you're missing the Hot Wheel Tampo there. So, kind of neat little area there, missing the Hot Wheel Tampo. Next here we've got the 99 First Edition 99 Ford Mustang, number 2 of 26. And if you'll look there at the base, it kind of looks like it's all jacked up in the back. Well, they riveted the front, but they didn't ever rivet the back. And whenever they riveted the front, it brought that back up and separated them. So makes it look like it's raked out. It's kind of neat area. Next here we got the 99 First Edition. This is the Semi-Fast. This is actually on a foreign card. It says 8 of the 26, but the whole cab here is where it's supposed to be kind of even more in the front. It's all pushed back on this one. It's nothing major, but kind of neat to see it on the foreign card too. Next we got the 99 First Edition. This is the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup, number 10 of 26, and it's actually missing the whole wing. And they actually had a couple different wings on these back in the day. And I'll try to put a picture of them up here. I think it was a yellow wing and a black wing. But anyway, this one's missing the wing altogether. So, kind of neat. Next, we've got the 99 First Edition of the Pop Cycle, number 13 of 26. And if you look there at the motor, it is really frosted compared to what it should be chrome. So, kind of neat little area there on that one. Next up here, we've got this 1998 First Edition. This is the Phaeton, number 14 of 26. Nothing major on this one. Biggest thing is this one has like a more of a gold base, where this one has a regular base. But this one here is just probably where it got a little hotter whenever they went to cast it. So, nothing crazy there on them. But if you're out and about and you come across this one actually is the same exact car, same color. But they added the 1-800 number to the door, and they got the Hot Wheel Tampo. This was given out at 1999 SEMA show, and whenever they gave just a handful of these out, and they realized this number didn't actually go to where they wanted it to go, so they pulled them all back, and a few of them made it out. So this is pretty hard to find here. So if you ever find one of them and you like that casting, it'd be worth picking up, because that's a pretty tough variation to find there on that. So. And that was only exclusive for, supposed to have been from the 1999 SEMA show. So, kind of cool. Next here we've got the 99 First Edition. This is called the Turbulence, number 18 of 26. And it's kind of hard to see there, but the gold is all frosted on the inside. You've got good gold wheels there, but then you got like a frosted interior and frosted motor. So, kind of neat. Kind of hard to find this one, but they also had it with a chrome motor and stuff, and that's a little bit difficult to find in that one. Next here you got the 99 First Edition Baby Boomer. This is number 24 of 26. And if you look here on the back, you'll see that collect all 26 models of 99 First Editions, and number 24 should have been the Baby Boomer. Now, this packaging here doesn't have anything written here like it should have been 24 or 26. So that's a tough package to find to begin with. Then on top of that, you've got a frosted motor block and pipes there. And then on the back here, you've got a gold push handle there instead of like chrome. So a couple little errors on a very hard to find package. So kind of neat little baby boomer there. Next here we got a 2000 first edition. This is the 1968 Lincoln Continental. The biggest error on this one is whenever they casted it, this line should be straight, and it looks like whenever they casted it, somehow this whole body leaned down and it casted downward. It's also got a little bit of a frosted base there, you can see, but this body line here, I'll try to put one right up above here so you can kind of see the body line. Should be going straight, and this one's actually going down. So I don't know how many those are out there, and then I've got some somewhere missing the Hot Wheel tempo on the license plate there, but this is a pretty cool piece to find. You don't see this one very often. I think I've only seen like 2 of them when I've been out hunting. I'm sure there may be more out there, but kind of cool era. Next here we got a 2001 first edition of the Ford Thunderbolt. And the deal with this one is, if you'll read that, it says speckled. The whole base is frost and chrome speckled all the way through. So kind of a different base you don't see very often. Kind of neat little error on that one. Next here you got your 2001 first edition of the Morris Wagon. And kind of hard to see there, but the 2 on your left, these 2 are missing the intake. Kind of see them there on the right ones. So you got a little square cut out on both of those where that intake's supposed to pop down in. So they missed it completely. And the bottom one has the body, whenever they snapped it in, doesn't snap in correctly, and it's sticking away from the body. Quite a big gap there. And then these 2 here, you've got this one with a frosted motor here, and then this bottom one has got the body sticking out the side. I'm not sure what's going on with that, because that was kind of more of a common thing on this one, because 2 or 3 different times they casted it, this bottom on some of them didn't snap in correctly and stick way out. But nothing major there, but it's pretty cool to see the intakes here missing on these, the blowers. So that's pretty cool right there. Alright, next here we got a 2002 first edition. This is the Midnight Auto. And if you'll look, it's got all small wheels, and that rear wheel is supposed to be a larger wheel. So kind of neat area there. Next here we've got your 2002 Overboard 454 first edition. And this top one here, it's got all small wheels. You can see it's supposed to have this size wheel on the back. Kind of neat. And then this top one here, if you'll look, it is a really light paint compared to the bottom one. So it's more of just a color swing between these, on these bottom 2. Kind of neat. So these are really neat little eras. Next you got the 2002 first edition of the Corvette SR2. And if you look there at the windshields on this one, they're not in the correct place. They're actually pushed backwards in the pack whenever they put it together. It's not seated up against the body like it's supposed to be. Nothing major. Next we got your first edition backdraft here, and if you'll look right there in the front, there's a surfboard. It's supposed to be sticking in the back there in the groove, but it's actually fell out and is fumbling around there in the package. So nothing major, but kind of neat error. Next here you got your 2002 first edition. This is the 68 Cougar. And right off the bat here, you'll see the roofs. One has the shiny roof here, and this one has like a semi-gloss roof on this side to a flat. And then this top one here has the wheel jammed up into the fender well whenever they put the body together. And then this bottom one here has this black piece of paint here where it's not supposed to have it here. So kind of neat. Different roofs there, plus you got the thing, and then you also have some, I believe, out there with hood pin painted. A lot of variations on this 68 Cougar. Seems like lately all these videos have had these Torpedo Jones. They're kind of dime a dozen when it comes to errors on those because of the way they went in. But this top one here is actually a frosted motor and front grill shell there. These next 2 are just the people, you know, he's in there on this one correctly. This one he's jammed into the side, and then of course this one he's fell over and loose in the package. So these were kind of common errors. Of course I picked them up anyway, but this one's kind of neat with the frosted. Next here you got your 2002 first edition of the Jaded. This top one here, when they put the temp on, you can see there's a piece of white here that bled through. Then up here you got a white here, and then this one down here doesn't have the white, but it's been double tempoed to Jaded. You can kind of read it there. Kind of hard to see. Looks like they stamped it and then they shifted it a little bit and stamped it again. So it's a double tampo. Couple little errors there and then a double tampo error there. It's kind of neat. Next we got your 2002 first edition. This is the 68 Buick Riviera. And if you look there, the whole back window, the window is not put in correctly and kind of pushed down. You can kind of see there. Kind of neat little error there. Next here you got an 03 first edition. This says it's the Wild Thing, but it's actually the Tire Fryer. The Wild Thing is an orange looking spaceship car. I'll try to put a picture of it right across here, but kind of neat, just the wrong package. Next here you got your 03 first edition of the Honda Tiburon. And I'm not for sure what it run through, but it's got yellow all around the tires and in the package, and is blowed up here on the back of the car too. It's like a yellow powder and it's just rolled in there, and the wheels are completely covered in it, and then the whole back bumper and stuff has been blasted with it. So, not sure what it is. Kind of a neat little error. Next here we've got an 03 first edition called the GT03, and it's got all small wheels. The back wheel should have been a larger wheel. So, looks kind of wild with that all small wheels on it. Next here you've got the 2004 first edition. This is the Dairy Delivery Blings edition. If you look there, the grill and the headlights and the base all here is like a gold sheen where it has gotten pretty much what I think got too hot with the metal and it turned it this color. So just a little different error there. Kind of cool. Next here we've got the 2004 first edition. This is the tuned Chevy Impala 1964. And if you look at the motor there and the base, it is really flat. Now the thing about this one is I believe it's harder to find one that's normal than this flat one. But that's kind of neat error. And a lot of these didn't come out very chrome like whenever they made them. So next here we've got a 2004. This one's called the Rapid Transit. And if you look there, it's got large wheels in the front and small wheels in the back. And if you look at the base here, you kind of see there, the whole base has been turned around backwards when they put it together. And you can kind of see the cutouts of where these two intercooler fans here would have come out, where they got it cut here. So the whole base has been put on backwards on this one. So really cool error to find those. I really like finding the base turned around backwards on cars. Next here we've got the 2004 first edition of the Dodge Tomahawk. Now the one on top is supposed to be silver, but it's almost a whitish color compared to what your more common one looks like there. So nothing major, just color swing pretty much is what's going on with these two. Next here we've got the 2004 first edition. This one's called the Cool One. And if you look there, it's got a 5-spoke on the front and a PR5 on the back. So this would have been a transition piece because it come out with both of these wheels on it. Now also, you start looking at the base variation on these. Some of these are almost flush at the bottom. And some of them have these pieces right here. Goes up in the motor dugout. And you've also got some in here where this black inside these intakes are actually white, where they didn't get chromed correctly. A lot of variations on this one, but this one's cool to be a transition piece with the 5-spoke and the PR5s. Next here we don't have first edition. This is an old Rodzilla blue card, number 156, and it's missing the front wheel. You can see it's ultra hot there, but it's missing the front wheels altogether. Kind of neat little error. Next here we've got two Volkswagen Bugs from the Biff Bam Boom series. Now these are two of the hardest to find variations. This top one is the hardest to find variation. It is the 7-spoke, missing the Hot Wheel tempo, which should have been here. The bottom one would be the next hardest variation to me. 5-spoke, missing the Hot Wheel tempo. This one's extremely rare. Very hard to find. This one's pretty rare. A little bit easier to find than this one, but really cool to see those variations. You just don't see those very often. Really cool. So, yeah, that 7-spoke's crazy rare to find. Next here we've got this Arctic License series. This is a 70 Plymouth Barracuda. And all the tempos are shifted down, way down on the side. This should come way up here and come back down. And then they also had variations where this Hot Wheel symbol was the same color as this front one instead of the orange it is, and vice versa. Kind of neat. You don't see that car very often out and about, but all these tempos are shifted down. I'll put a picture of one up here, but kind of cool. Next here we've got a 2002 regular issue, number 165 of the 57 T-Bird. And it's got all small wheels. That back wheel looks weird whenever it's small like that. Should have been a bigger wheel on the back. I'll put a picture up above it. That's really cool right there. Next here we got another 2002. This is a regular edition number 145 of the water drag. And it's flipped around in the package because it's missing the front two wheels. So you can probably shake it around and probably get it back straight. But kind of wild missing the front two wheels there on it. Next here we got the 2002 Hot Rod Magazine Deuce Roadster. And if you look there on the base, it says NA right here. Well, what it is whenever they went to put China on the base, the only thing that actually come out was the NA, and the rest of the CHI is missing. So, kind of neat little error there. Next here we got a 2003. This is the Dragon Wagons 64 Lincoln Continental. And if you'll see there on the back, it's missing the back wheels all the way together. Should have been lace all the way around. So, kind of neat little error there. And here's a 2003 Tenor Series of the Tantrum. And if you see there, it's got lace in the front and PR5s on the rear. That's kind of neat error there. And that finishes that total of errors / variations. If you like what you're seeing, please like, share, follow, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It helped me out a lot, and I'd appreciate it. If there's anything you want to see more of or know more about, just let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get it in one of the next ones. I'll try to get back out to the shop. We'll get through some more boxes, and we'll go through some stuff out there. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks for coming back and seeing me, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Thank you. And that finishes up this. Hi, and welcome back to Look at the Garage. It's never ending. Try to get all the red lines and black walls sorted and situated. Need to go over this swing buggy. Something you don't see very often. Don't worry, folks. It's only a cartoon. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't worry, folks. After all, it's only a cartoon.